I've writhed out of the very embrace of God to sink to your knees. Before you race onward to the sun, won't you come visit me? In this space between us lies an abyss, won't you cross it? I wanted to convert you to my version of the truth, but instead I sipped out of your bowl of uncouth fortitude and I'm fine. My faith is melted, reduced to smithereens. I did not expect it to survive your raging scene, but I watched as it screamed and spat fiery mortar at that which it warned me against, cursing me for entrusting you with it. But I am fine, you see. Through a fault of mine, I've seen that sticky, languid core of your hate. I've stared again, but the rows of teeth that guard your soul as the whole of your being floats past me, as a cynic passes through life uninterested, and I see that I'm whispering an incantation to myself, binding me to this form so that I can be for you, but a poet in your stone. Won't you cross the abyss to me, to this side of the sea? I do need you here, but I'm fine. I exist in an eternal, damnable state of fine. Sometimes I'd be strolling around someplace and my own ignorance would hit me in the face unannounced, and I'd be made painfully aware of my disability. But that blindness ever bade me clean of all sense of shame. The rings carried with me have lost their sheen, because I threw myself at scrawny mighty yet definitive aim, at the beast I mistakenly thought was tame, the beast that is my own scathing hope. I witness it submit to its fate as I proceed cordant out to hang it from the sacred tree. And now, for the last rites, you're amused as you watch me hitch the corpse across my back and make my way down to the mountainside. Now stay and watch as I hiss a spell to bind it to its grave. He's talking and I'm listening, but the words are whizzing past me so quickly I can feel all the old scars reopening, and I'll be here exposed at his whim to be dissected. The edges of him begin to blur in a frenzy, and I catch a glimpse of you leaning against the fence casually, smoke preluding your existence again. You look at me amused, still lopsided grin smudged across your face, no consideration of the fog around me or the fact that I'm now choking. I'm not shocked that you would do this, but my core did fumble there for a second or two, because now I know who is what and what is who. Are you certain? If you are, I'll let you be. I wasn't much more than a spare to you anyways, but I'm not sure it's fair that you disappear while I squint at the little bits you left behind in the nooks and cracks of me. You used to live there, remember? In the wide open sides of you, I'd stand and yell, remember? We found that upturned fractured skull, and we argued whether the slightest lull of words or the slices of muscle and bone were better when we felt fear, and you swore to be here. Do you not understand? Are you sitting there drawing lines in the sand, that even to him I'm an afterthought, something less than? Does the thought even cross your mind that maybe I don't like being second in line? That maybe you are not nature's most sublime? To me you were, now you are but a smear of a memory, a husk left to dry in the light, deprived of that pitch black that we loved but the world told us wasn't right. You are now at the mercy of the very thing you deemed unholy.